So extempore, do you know what is extempore?
Extreme.
Extempore, Extempore, but it is said extempore.
Sorry, I'm not aware.
No problem. No problem. I'll tell you. In the session notes, there is this topic, extempore. Extempore actually means a short speech which is unprepared, wherein you don't know the topic already. For example, if I give you a topic today and come prepared and you come prepared in the next class, then you are delivering a speech and not an extempore. But if I give you a topic right now and ask you to speak on the spot, that is what is extempore speech. So the spelling is Extempore, but the pronunciation is extempore. A lot of people say extempore, but that's incorrect.
Okay, extempore.
Extempore. Yeah. Okay. So now in the extempore topics, we have been given two topics. We'll discuss both of them. There's no choice. So I'll ask you this question and you have to give at least an answer of 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, only you would speak. I'll not interrupt like I do a lot of times when I'm conversing with you. I speak a lot with you. But today I am not going to speak in between, and it's more like a speech, a little thing, not a very big thing. And don't take any kind of pressure off a speech. It's just that now you would be speaking for at least 1 or 2 minutes. And before you start, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to think about the topic. You can also prepare a couple of notes for yourself, but you have to speak on the spot. Just after 30 seconds, you have to start speaking. I'll tell you when to speak. Okay. So the topic that is there is very much related to what you do. And I think it's related to every person right now. That is, how will the economy recover from COVID-19's impact? Okay. It has impacted the economy in a very bad way. You already know it. So how do you think the economy of India can recover from the impacts of COVID-19 pandemic?
Definitely, thank you.
You have 30 seconds to think right now. I'll tell you when to start. Right now, you can think about the topic. Prepare points in your mind.
Okay, thank you. For economy will grow up, we need to just, first of all, we need to unlock all the city, all the location, all the area. Because it's totally demand and supply alone. Because we stop for like 2 or 2.5 years, all the demand and supply rule. So what happened? The demand will suddenly jump, but the labor worker, the whoever is back their hometown, we need to ask them, or we need to just give if they want to wages hike, we need to provide them, and then we can start our economy in the proper manner. Because for the demand and supply rule, it will affect if demand is high and supply is low, so we can't achieve them. Because in the current scenario, demand is very high, but supply is low. Because supply dominant side, we have totally dependency on the global side also. If our country is unlocking all the entire location, but what about the another country like China, like Europe? If they having some restrictions, so we can't avoid them, because we have to certain level of dependency from them. If you can just ask me for like China for the chemical industry, or in Indian chemical industry, in every maximum of a product we are using the chemical. For the food packaging, for the food, for whatever we have, maximum we are using the chemical. For the chemical, the demand is very high, but supply, the China or another country will dependency if they can't provide the raw material. Because for the what happened, we need to create, first of all, we need to raw material to complete our product. We need to buy the raw material to complete our product end to end. For Russia, Ukraine, some of the oil dependency also. Some of the oil dependency also. So we can't ignore them also. So economy.
Now you can sum it up. Last line. At last, I would like to say that.
So last line I can say, for economy, not so depends to totally the entire country. For the 20-25%, it depends on global also. Global economy is down, so definitely it will get impact our country also.
Okay. So very nice description actually. You know, a lot of people would just talk about Indian economy, but you went out of it and you said that it's not just our economy, it's 75% our control and 25% the control of the rest of the world. And I feel it's more than 25% because nowadays we are very much dependent and many other countries are dependent on us also, which is a good sign. But yes, this is global trade. So your economy would be impacted if the other's economy has some restrictions, which you rightly mentioned. But you know, one thing that was missing, if I am meeting you, Sudhir, for the first time, and I ask you about your introduction, and you just tell me what do you do, it's not your introduction. You know, the other thing is also important. What do you do in your free time? It means your personality is not just what you do. It's also what are your hobbies. It's also what do you like to do, right? Likewise, when we are discussing a topic, it is important to first of all give a good introduction. Very
Okay.
right. So, like you jumped into the topic, which is a good thing to talk about the topic, to be really specific, it is fine. But just give a background story, first of all. Thank you
Right.
for giving me this opportunity to speak on this topic. This is one normal line that you can say. And when you start, just say that COVID pandemic, as you already know, it's one of the deadliest pandemics that the world has ever seen. Not only a country like India, but also developed countries like Italy, which claim to have the best health system in the world, went down, and their health structure proved to be nothing. It means it was one of the deadliest things that we had ever seen. And because of it, not only the health sector, but the economy has been impacted. Then come to the economy. But it's time that we take some measures to open the economy. Are you getting
Right.
it?
Yes, of
Relate
course.
it. Okay. This is one thing. Now, when do you have to speak on an extempore topic? Obviously, you don't have time to think. I gave you 30 seconds, but it is not allowed. That is why in the second attempt now, in the next topic, I'm not going to give you any time. I'll just say and you have to start speaking. So when you are in such a situation, you have to be prepared with some points already. See, Virat Kohli hits a beautiful cover drive because he has practiced a lot. He knows
Yes.
when the ball comes in that zone, his instinct is that he's not only going to see the ball. Not any player, no player in the world sees the ball till the end. Nobody. You can't. It's getting bowled at 150, 155. How can you? It's
Right.
impossible. Right. So what is the useful thing there? That is their technique, their instinct. Yeah, the ball is going to land there. Cover try. The ball is going to land there. Pull shot. That is instinct. Likewise, in topics also, you have to have that instinct. How would we have that? With some techniques. Technique is very important. So as I said,
Okay.
one of the techniques is introduction, which I've taught you how to relate it with the topic. Background story is very important. That is what is introduction. Then second and very important part is the past, present, and future of the topic. Okay, it's very crucial. To lengthen the content, this technique is very important. First of all, speak about how the topic reacted in the past. For example, if the same topic, COVID-19 impact on the economy and how to recover the economy now. So in the past, when such pandemics came, like in 1920s, there was the Spanish flu, which came. And we came out of that pandemic by taking such reforms, if you know about them, or just throw a couple of reforms. You know what kind of reforms I usually take. Supply was increased or something like that. Then come to the present. But this situation is quite different from the previous pandemics. In this pandemic, actually, we are more globalized. Earlier, we were not. Now we are a globalized economy. Travel between two countries cannot be stopped completely. So that is why this was a different scenario. And to open such an economy, it's important to unlock the economy, where you were nice, where you said completely well. You spoke about unlocking the economy, which was a very good thing. But just your biscuits are very good. The packaging has to be better. Are you getting
Right.
it? So Parle-G is sold very nicely because it has a prestige now. But Tiger biscuits have to just transform their packaging every day till the
Right.
time they become Parle-G. So yeah, you have to just do that. Packaging, you have to make it better. Third
Okay.
part is talking about conclusion. In conclusion, you can just say the last line is that there are certain statements that you can make, and I'm going to type it for you. It's not important just to speak about it. To also speak better is very important. So this is the last session of the day. So I am going to tell you a couple of lines that you can say at the end. One of the lines is the long and short of it is that. So when you are trying to say the last line, to conclude my point, I would like to say, in place of that, you can say, the long and short of it is that Indian economy is a diverse economy And to open such an economy, it's important to take measures regularly. Reforms should be made regularly. That is what can be the last line. Another way of summing up your topic, nobody in the first instance, concludes the topic in India. I don't know, but people would just stop speaking in the middle. Yes, only this much. That should not be the case, right? You should end it well. So you
Yes,
ended it
right.
well, by the way. You ended it well, and I cut you down there because I knew that you would need some assistance there. So one of them is, the long and short of it is that in a nut shell. In Hindi, it is Sankshep mein, in brief, right? So in a nutshell, and after this, you can say the last line. In a nutshell, I would like to say that this. Okay, so use either of the two ways in which you conclude your point. So the long and short of it is that Indian economy is a quite diverse economy, and to revive such an economy, it's important to make regular reforms. Okay, your suggestion can be anything, but the sentence can start with these two sentences. The long and short of it is that, or in a nutshell, I would want to say that like this. This would sound better. This would sound better. Okay.
Right.
I think we are into the last 2-3 minutes of the session. So do you have any questions for me? Anything that is coming in your mind?
No,
Nothing.
no.
Okay. No problem. So let's go for one more thing, one more extempore topic. Now you have techniques in mind. Let's see how well you utilize them. I know in a short span of just 2 minutes, you won't be able to utilize the techniques well, but just try to keep them in your mind. And in further classes, I would want to practice more extempore speeches with you, because you are doing a good job. It's just that you have to frame it better. Structure
Sure.
has to be. Okay. So the next topic is e-commerce discounts. E-commerce discounts are harmful. We see a lot of exciting discounts nowadays. 50% off, buy one, get five free. So the kind of discounts they're giving. So e-commerce discounts are harmful. Now you have to start speaking.
Yes, of course. Thanks. First of all, we need to understand e-commerce purchasing. Uh, 10 year ago, no one trusts them. No one start the buying from the online or e-commerce website, because they don't have to trust what happened if the product was a mismatch or like that. But after that, the e-commerce website, the popular website, they have built their trust to their customer, and then after they start the providing the a good discount for their customers. So they attract their new customer also. So what happened in the near term? As you said, uh, the high discount will be harmful for the new customer. If I'm a free and I'm searching, if I'm just checking surfing my mobile phone, and just I have opened any application, and if I found if any product, the price would 2,000 rupees, and now I'm getting for 1,000 rupees or 1,200 rupees. So then what my mind will tell me, just buy. If I don't need to that product, so but not necessary, but then again we need to buy. So unnecessary buying also,
Impulsive buy. Word
impulsive
for that is impulsive. Impulsive buy.
impulsive buying. So
Hmm.
that will be the harmful also. And sometimes we need to compromise with the quality also. If the product with the cost of the product will 1,000 or 1,200, so why the company will provide you as a cheaper? We need to think about dark side also.
Yeah.
The product having any defect or old product also. So lots of the means negative point also we need to think about. Then we need to buy.
Conclude the point. Conclude.
So in my opinion, we need to first analysis. Then after we need to check the
Analyze.
analyze
Analyze.
analyze why the company will provide us the cheaper product at that price. If there any defect, or if the company is good, and which website I have choose, it is trustworthy, or it is just I order and then in the delivery time I couldn't deliver any product. So that type of fraud it will occur. So we need to check, and then we need to decide if we need to